I'm here now with Phil, Mr.Egg from the Pub Pattaya. Phil, how have you found it to be since the beginning of December?
Karl, I was just telling you earlier, I'm an old fart and I've been doing this. I was 17, I was DJing in nightclubs. I've been managing bars in the UK, over here in Thailand. I'm now a bar owner, and I've never seen or experienced anything go from like that to that so quickly, just overnight. And I'd say, you know, it's probably our busiest period I think we've ever had. I think we had the second busiest night ever last night.
That's incredible.
And we closed at 11. That's the thing. It's not like we're here till 4 o'clock. We closed at 11, strictly closed at 11 as well. No messing around, you know, all the, one more, yeah, forget that.
Do you think it's just like random numbers that have come into town since December, or do you think it's the fact that you've got a profile on the internet and you're well known in the...
I think it's a combination of those two. I think people are just releasing themselves, like they've been locked up for so long. There are, surprisingly, I think, quite a few regulars that we see, like, usually this time of year coming in, those people that come for maybe 3 or 4 months, you know, get away from the cold winters in Northern Europe or in America, they're here. They're not bothered about doing a day's quarantine or PCR tests or whatever, not really too concerned about the situation, about having to go back home wherever home is. So they're here, and then just I think just the fact that
so it's better than much better than you anticipated it being.
Oh man, it's unbelievable.
Well, it's brilliant. It's nice to get a bit of good news. All right, thanks very much for that, Phil.
Karl,
and
my pleasure, son. Nice
long may it last.
Keep going. I'll see you up a mountain somewhere.
Right, I'm here now with Chris from the UK.
Yes.
I understand this is your second visit to Thailand.
Yes.
When was your first?
January before COVID, so almost 2 years ago.
Right, and so this time obviously a lot more awkward to get here. How has it compared?
The hoops to come to Thailand this time, they weren't that bad. You hear lots of stories, people refuse the Thailand pass, stuff like that, but I think it was really simple.
Right,
So,
right. And how about the expense of it?
PCR test. I've had 350 quid.
Right,
That's the only
right.
downfall.
Yeah, that's kind of like an
Yes.
incidental. But how about in terms of like how you've enjoyed your holiday or otherwise?
Exactly the same as 2 years ago. Apart from the bars not being open, you can still have a drink wherever you want, as long as you know the right places.
Yeah, officially, unofficially.
Yes. Yes. But the last week and a half, you can notice the difference. More and more people's come in. It's just the same.
You know, I was talking to Phil from the Pub Pattaya earlier on today, and he said that, you know, like he's really been surprised in the upturn of business under Susan. So overall, you're glad that you came, yeah?
100%. As soon as I said 1 night sharp plus, I jumped on it. There was no chance I was going to do the 7 days quarantine.
Yeah.
Weren't prepared to do that. But the 1 night sharp plus, easy.
So on the surface, there's all these rules and regulations and all the bars closed.
Yeah.
But you think it's in reality, you can still have a good time. It's still worth a trip.
Yeah, I think anyone thinking about coming, just do it.
Okay, thanks for that, Chris. Thanks a lot. So one new development in Thailand is development of these bars selling drinks with herbal extracts and cakes with herbal extracts. สวัสดีครับคุณชื่ออะไรครับ
พลอยค่ะ
อ๋อพลอยเลยครับแล้วพลอยเป็นคนที่ไหน
คนแบงคอกค่ะ
อ๋อเป็นคนกรุงเทพแล้วคุณอยู่พัทยามานานเท่าไหร่แล้วครับ
4 ปีแล้วค่ะทำมา
ก็นานแล้วคุณขายแบบนี้มานานเท่าไหร่แล้วครับ
ประมาณ2 เดือนค่ะ
อ๋อ2 เดือนเอง แต่ว่าตอนนี้มันขายดีหรือเปล่าครับ
บางครั้งค่ะ
แล้วแต่ว่ามันดีกว่าเดือนที่แล้วหรือเปล่า
ดีกว่าเดือนที่แล้วค่ะ
อ๋อก็ดีนะคิดว่าจะมีนักท่องเที่ยวเยอะขึ้น แล้วที่นี่คุณขายอะไรขนมเค้กกาแฟ
ขายขนมเค้กเกี่ยวกับแคนาบิสหมดเลย
เหรอมันจะเป็นแบบยาสมุนไพรใช่ไหม
สมุนไพรค่ะ
อ๋อโอเคยาสมุนไพรแล้วอะไรขายดีที่สุด
น้ำมัน
น้ำมันอย่างเดียวมาแบบเปล่าๆเลยนะ
ใช่ น้ำมัน THC oil น้ำมัน
เหรอ
ขายดีมาก
แล้วแบบพวกอะไรที่กินอาหารหรือว่าเครื่องดื่ม
บราวนี่
อ๋อบราวนี่จะขายดีที่สุด
ใช่ แล้วก็เป็นซอฟต์ดริงก์
อ๋อ
น้ำกัญชา
โอเคโอเคขอบคุณมากครับ สวัสดีครับ Well, it's the first time I've come down Soy 6 at night for a long time now. Don't get me wrong, it's nowhere near normal, but you know, it's actually got a bit of life to it. Quite a few of the bars or restaurants, as they are now, are open. You know, it's looking good. You could certainly have a good night down here. Well, I noticed Brian Flowers has got a Toy Box Bistro and Nightwish Bistro open, which is pretty good. He told me at one time that he was planning on maybe trying to open those too. Then he told me that he might just open Toy Box Bistro, but it appears that he's opened them both, which is pretty good. Well, Pattaya certainly seems a bit busier now than it did this time last month, despite all the setbacks that they had, and probably through the efforts of some of the bar owners, you know, who appealed to people like the mayor, and through a kind of massaging of the existing rules, all of a sudden lots of the bars have become restaurants, and they've gained SHA certification, and they can now serve alcohol as restaurants. Now, it's a bit of a makeshift solution, but it seems to be working. And as you've seen, you know, like some of the owners and certainly most of the holiday makers seem to be making the most of it. Of course, as to what will happen long term as regards the bars proper, on I think it's January the 15th or January the 16th, the situation is going to be reviewed again. So we'll see then, perhaps we'll have a better idea what's going to go on long term. But yeah, you know, it's nice to see certain places with a bit of a buzz to them now.